our spirit? What is it? Where does it go? Are we able to see them using our mind's eye? If so, just what can spirit teach us? Welcome to School Through Spirit. Host DeEtte Renee is a certified psychic medium and master teacher of psychic and mediumship development through LWISSD. DeEtte was born knowing spirit and now is here to help you better understand the spirit world. And now your host, DeEtte Renee.
Hey everybody, welcome to School Through Spirit with DeEtte here on the Edge Network, coming to you live every week to enlighten lives a little bit about spirit, things that they like to talk about, and just giving us some basic good old-fashioned advice. Currently I'm trying to get this live on Instagram. There we go. Okay, good morning, Keith. Good morning, everybody. I got a little bit of a mess going on over here. Today, as always, we're going to use Neil Donald Walsh's book to kind of inspire us, get us going. And then our cards for the day are the Akashic Truth Oracle deck card deck, which again, I have not gotten into these. So it'll be interesting to see what they say. Kind of excited about these. I won't even lie. I'm very excited about these. So let's kind of get started here. I need to get the chair ready. Sorry, you were looking at me. Well, thank you, Keith. Thank you. Getting the chair ready is sometimes a feat. I'm telling you, it's cold. It's cold, and it says it doesn't want to work because it's cold, and I don't blame it. So there we go. So let's see if we're reading a lot or not reading a lot today. Where is our bookmark? We're reading a lot today, guys. We're reading a lot, which just means they have a lot to say today, and that's kind of what I've determined things. When they bookmark something that has a ton of words, it just means we need to know more. So no one is disadvantaged. Essential truth. It is true that at a very high metaphysical level, no one is disadvantaged. For each soul creates for itself the exact people, events, and circumstances needed to accomplish what it wishes to accomplish. You choose everything: your parents, your country of birth, all the circumstances surrounding your re-entry, such as rebirth into society. My mother's calling. 9 a.m. Monday morning. Who would have thought? Events, circumstances designed by the... Okay, hold on. Let me go back a little bit. I apologize. And throughout your life, you continue to choose and to create people, events, and circumstances designed to bring you the exact right and perfect opportunities you now desire to in order to know yourself as you truly are. In other words, no one is disadvantaged, given that the soul wishes to accomplish, even though we see that people do face disadvantages in the physical sense. But these are actually the right and perfect conditions metaphysically. Now you are seeking to be and to experience who you really are. And so within that context, when you come across a person who appears in relative terms as observed in your world to be less fortunate, the first question should always be, what do I want here? Did you hear that? Your first question always must be, what do I want here? Not, what does the other person want here? You do this so you can create who you are and who you want to be. Do you want to be helpful? Do you want to be loving? Do you want to be and experience compassionate and caring? Then look to see how you can be the best be those things. This is the act of God being God. And I will tell you what, this is mind-blowing, because if you knew what my last week has been about, it's been 4 weeks of up and down. Oh, that sucks, Keith. When I look at this, so much goes through my head, because this last week has been a whole lot of, why am I going through this? What did I want that I created this life for? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? Why is this person my life? Why is this person exiting my life? There's been a whole lot of whys, but not from the aspect of going, oh my gosh, poor me. Well, for a moment there was a poor me. Won't lie, I am human. But when we look at it, it's why, for instance, when I was going through my poor me this last week, a dear friend looked at me or said to me, I wonder what it is that you want to accomplish that you've caused this in your life. And it made me stop and think, wow, what is it? What is it? Because for myself this year, I've had so far in 2025, this has been, I'll tell you what, this is a year of understanding, I think. But it took me a moment, it took me back to go, why would I create certain issues in my life? And I thought to myself, some of these issues have been going on for over a year. Things I had not dealt with in more than 20 years. And I thought, At first I thought it was because I'm supposed to learn to be able to become humble and accept assistance. Okay. And it continued. And then things got better. And then I struggled again. And I thought, I need to learn to ask for assistance because I'm a very independent person. So even though I struggle with it, I've learned it. And things got better. And then things fell again. And I went, maybe I'm supposed to learn that no matter what is going on, good morning, Lee. No matter what is going on, I'm supposed to learn that no matter what, I'm always going to be okay. And this is just for the moment. And I thought, you know what? Maybe it's all those things. And maybe it's so much more. I don't know, because my life isn't about, and neither is yours, about lessons. We always think it is. And I have been that person that failed and went back to say, oh, the lessons we're learning. No, it's not about the lessons we're learning because we've learned the lessons. We're a soul. We know it all. It's there. Is it here in our mind like we talked about last week? No, but our soul does know it. And our soul did create this. Now, it's quite beautiful because I laughed as I was reading this. I seen a part, and I actually shared it. I think it's on my TikTok as I shared it on. But it is from The Matrix. And I don't remember it word for word. But basically, he comes in, the one, comes in and sits down with the Oracle. And she offers him a piece of candy. And he basically goes, why would you offer it? You already know what my answer is going to be if you were the Oracle. And she goes, well, I do. But the question isn't whether you're going to take the candy or not. It's why you made the decision to do what you were going to do. And I was blown away. I was blown away because really, that's what things are about. Why? Why did I choose this for me? Why did I choose that for me? Why have I put myself in the places I have put myself? Why? For a big one, why? Why did my soul choose to get me kicked off of Facebook? I didn't do anything wrong, but I've been booted. And why can't I get back in? But is it? Because it came during a period of time when I was finding out why my soul wanted certain things in this life. Why my soul created chaos upon chaos upon chaos to keep myself separate from everybody. And you learned as well as I did in front of everybody. Because in this life, my soul said it needed to rest. It needed a break. It didn't want to be asked a million questions. It didn't want to be asked to lead. It didn't want to be asked to be the overseer of many. At least until it was ready to. So right before I found out that information, that clicked like a light bulb. I was taken out of view yet again. And then I had to stop and think, but why? Why am I being disadvantaged in this process? And I had to stop and go, wait a second, this isn't a disadvantage. This isn't a poor me. This is me sitting back going, okay, your mind is saying you're ready to come back up. Your mind is saying you're ready to be seen. You're ready to be that person. But your soul is saying, are you sure? Are you sure? You know what that comes with. And it made me stop and it made me think. And it gave me, 3 more months to go, what is it I would like to do? And it made me sit back and go, what else? What else do I need to rest from? And I heard nothing. I have nothing left to rest from. But I do have to figure out boundaries. Boundaries, things that I've never put in past lives. Boundaries to say, this is my time and this is your time. So it doesn't make me disadvantaged. What it makes it is that my soul has created many situations to keep me in the moment of doing what it wanted, no matter how much my mind wants to override it. If you think about it, your soul is that really wise grandparent that really seems to know so much. And your mind in this body is really that little toddler running around going, I want to do it all. And it's not listening. So we put in those safeguards. Now, I am talking all safeguards because, as the book said, there's so many people that we deem disadvantaged throughout life. We see them. Possibly people without limbs, people with illnesses, people passing away early in life. The list really is endless. Drug addiction, homelessness, battered relationships, you name it. We have got so many. So many. And quite truly, I don't think it has to do with lessons at all. So often I will hear people say, these are my lessons. This is the card I was dealt. These are my lessons I'm supposed to learn. And no, it's not. It's what do you want experiencing from? What is it you wanted to experience? The struggle going through this lifetime has very little to do with, oh my gosh, when I learn this, I won't do that. It has to do with, why did I choose this for me? Why did I want to show up to have this happen? I love that for you, Keith. So I want you to follow the words of this book and think about that. As you're walking through life, think about those words. Why is it I wanted this in my life? Not just for you. Because, like Keith has written in the comments, I was still working on why I lost my parents so close by together. Why, I think he says want. But I know that's what they choose. But maybe it's what you both choose. And what I mean by that, in any situation, like I struggle with homeless people. Not in a bad way. Not in a, oh my God, what are you doing? No, not that. My heart goes out to people that are homeless. Why? Because in my lifetime, in my city, we've never had a lot of homeless. We just haven't. I've been very blessed, and the people in our community have been very blessed not to have that situation or people in that situation. And since the pandemic, it's a larger population. And I sit back and I struggle with it because my heart goes out. I want to take every person I see out there that's homeless, and I want to put them up in a home, and I want to give them warm clothes, and I want to give them food, and I want to get them a job, and I want to do all this stuff for them, because to see somebody out homeless, cold, and hungry is just mortifying to me. But then I go back and I think, when I was nursing, and I had to drive to a very large city, a much larger city than mine. Okay. And one winter, the place I was working at, we had quite a few homeless people come in to be cared for medical conditions. And even though they were all getting better much faster than what they normally would have, we couldn't discharge any of them because we had to discharge them to a home. You cannot discharge to a park or a street. It has to be to a home. You have to have them have a safe place to go, which became very frustrating because we had a population of people that didn't want to be there anymore. Spring was there. It was getting nice out. And they really wanted to just be out and be free. So I sat down and I talked to one because, you know what, I got to know them all so beautifully, and there were such amazing people. And I said, we're trying to help you find a home, find a different life. What is wrong with you? Because he was rejecting everything. And he looked at me, goes, I choose this life. I said, choose it? You've been a revolving door here because you keep getting knocked out because people keep robbing you. He goes, well, there's that. And I looked at him and scratched my head and was like, oh my gosh, what is wrong? And he says, I chose homelessness years ago. And I said, why? He goes, there's a sense of freedom in it you'll never get any other way. I went, okay. Being hungry, not being able to do the small things. And he said, but I have all I need. Because I don't go hungry. He goes, I don't eat as much as everybody else, but I definitely am not starving. He goes, I sleep under the stars every night. And I go wherever I want to. Nothing stops me as long as I have these 2 feet to get me someplace. I always live near a water, source of water, so I can wash myself or the clothes that I do have. He goes, and I constantly meet all these amazing people. And it made me stop and go, wait a second, wow, you chose this. And he made it sound so beautiful. I mean, I almost jumped on that going, wow. And then I thought I like a few 2 more comforts in life for that. But it was amazing to realize that he didn't feel he was disadvantaged. Now, I'm not saying that everybody chooses it, because I'm not. Very few, I think, actually do. But there's always going to be a reason behind the reason why they're there. What did their soul want? What did their soul need to experience? Why did they create the different obstacles to be who they are? But honestly, none of that is any of my business. Because why somebody else chose to be homeless or put things in their life to bring them to that state or that being is none of my business. Because it's not my life. It's not my journey. It's not mine to know what their soul wants. What is my business is why my soul is there. Why this body has showed up to the exact place at the exact time to meet this person. to see some of the things I've seen? What is it that I'm wanting to experience? I can tell you within my lifetime, I've seen so much. I've lived with alcoholics. I've lived with those drug addicts. I've lived watching things, not participating, but watching it firsthand and having my hands tied because there's nothing I can do to help that person. And trust me, I've tried. I tried to save the world. And I sit back and I find out that I have learned so much that I may never have learned or understood because of the chaos in my life. Because the soul has been able to not sit on a podium or stage and dictate to the masses. My soul has been in the masses. My soul has been watching it close up firsthand, the back seat of so many different things it may never have gotten a chance to see or experience because I chose many, many chaotic things in my lifetime to happen. Yes, I chose them all to seclude myself because trust me, when you're living with alcoholics and drug addicts and abusers, you are very much alone. But you're also getting the first row seating right at center stage to see how that works and how it affects a person and how it affects a family and a community. Something you don't get at a pulpit. I can trust you, any politician out there that's running numbers. Unless they've lived in it, they truly have no clue. They're looking at the facts and the figures that are being handed to them on a beautiful piece of paper or a drive, a disk drive, CD-ROM, whatever age you're from. So every time I sit up and I go, wait a second, what is more chaos? It is literally because my soul has said, I want to show up for this. I want to see this. I want to experience this. I want to see firsthand things I've only been a distant observer of. And after 54 years of it, it's not a lifetime, it's not multiple lifetimes, but it is this one. I can say, even though I don't know all the ins and outs of everything out there, I have a much better idea than I did prior to coming into this lifetime. And the only thing I still struggle with is not asking the question as to why this is happening. Why am I here for this? Why am I experiencing this? The struggle is trying to remember why I chose this. And that is a question I will probably take to the grave with me. Because even though we have many, many, many forms of divination, both spiritual and scientific, not all those questions are ever going to be answered while you're in this body. Because if you knew the answers, what would be the reason to show up? There'd be no reason. Because you would just be a politician behind a desk somewhere in DC, getting the facts on it, but never truly having an understanding. And that's why we don't get to remember. That's why when we come into this lifetime, we have this beautiful little memory block on this hazy cloud that says, the knowledge is yours when you need it, not just because you wanted it. Because I don't know about you, but if I remembered every past life And I remembered all the things that my soul knows. When the tough got tough in this lifetime, I probably would have chose to exit out of this one, knowing there'd just be another one to jump into. That makes life too easy. And it cuts out the point of learning. So I'm going to tell you to buckle up, Buttercup. You're in for the long ride. You're not disadvantaged. There's nothing in this world that's happening that you haven't chose. Know that your soul knew it was going to happen. Know that your soul knew that sometimes it was going to be really tough. And know that your soul knew everything was perfectly designed for you to get the most that you possibly could. For your growth, for your understanding. And run with it. Enjoy it. You only get this lifetime once. Because the next lifetime, you will choose a whole set of disadvantages to create a whole set of experiences, to just be. It's the glory of us. It's the glory of the soul. It's the glory of the grand design. Trust, you are your own creator every step of the way. With that being said, we're going to take a quick station break, and when we come back, we're going to do the 5-card stud, and I'm not sure if a little girl's coming or not. We'll see. See you guys very, very soon.
Life is full of crossroads, and navigating them can be daunting. But fear not. Join us on Navigating Life's Crossroads Pathways to Freedom with Leslie Wegleitner, your guide through the journey of self-discovery. In a world filled with inner conflict, external pressures, and the constant tug between your choices and others' expectations, Leslie will help you face your fears head-on. Discover how to choose your path authentically without compromising your true self. Our show explores the profound question, how can you find inner peace, align with your deepest desires, and make decisions that honor your unique journey? Leslie's wisdom and expertise will inspire you to embrace your own path and empower you to move forward with confidence and clarity. Don't let life's crossroads overwhelm you. Tune in to Navigating Life's Crossroads Pathways to Freedom and embark on a transformative journey towards self-discovery and true freedom. It's time to find peace within and make choices that resonate with your heart and soul. Join us and let's explore your path to a life you truly deserve at Leslie West.
Elevate your consciousness with each issue of The Edge magazine delivered straight to your doorstep. Immerse yourself in a community of curious teachers and seekers dedicated to the collective growth and understanding. Each glossy edition is a portal to expand awareness, featuring the latest in metaphysical and holistic products, services, events, and books. Let our engaging articles and comprehensive practitioner directory guide you on your journey towards higher consciousness. With every issue, raise your vibration and deepen your connection to the universe, one enlightening read at a time. Subscribe today at edgemagazine.net/subscribe and embark on a transformative exploration here, there, and everywhere.
Good morning. We're back, everybody. This is DeEtte and Miss Adeline on School Through Spirit with the Edge Network. How are we doing today?
5-card stud. Doing the 5-card stud.
We are doing the 5-card stud. And why are we doing this? Because you have the day off?
Yeah, because it's Predator. Is it President's Day today?
I don't know. It's some sort of a day today. Today is President's Day, and her school has President's Days off. We're not looking at my phone. She's got a phone addiction, everybody. She's got a phone addiction. So,
Do you see anything different if you were here any other week that I was on the 5-card stud?
What's different? Your red hair.
Red and pink.
Red and pink hair. I know. Look at you,
My
girl.
mom's a hairstylist.
Yeah.
So she did it for me.
Yes. How is your brother? He says, "Hi, sweetie. How's your brother?" Say, shh. He's in his tablet.
Yeah, he's been in his tablet all day.
Chaos will come if he shows up. But I'm sure if he figures it out, he'll come and say hi.
Last night we had some chaos.
We had chaos. Did we?
Remember what happened
I
last
do
night
remember.
to Dawson with the soap in his mouth?
He had pretty bad mouth last night, but it was very short-lived, and he did good and came back to the world. So we're going to read a little bit about this deck. It's Akashic Truth Oracle card deck by St. Pailing. Not sure who the publisher is, but we're going to try to figure this. I'm going to read a little bit about the back, and then you're going to help me after that, okay? Right? Can you get comfy? It says the Akashic Records. Okay.
You can read it right now.
Okay. It
We
says
might be cooking something.
we might be cooking something. Oh boy. It says the Akashic Records are a record of your soul that holds all the information about your soul's gifts, chosen life experiences, and the karma you are still repeating in this lifetime. If you are feeling stuck or overwhelmed and are unsure of the cause, the Akashic Oracle of Truth can provide you with objective spiritual insight into the choices you are making in different areas of your life, the obstacles these choices are creating, and the next steps you can take to be more joyful and abundant. As you work with the suit of cards, you will develop your intuition and strengthen your connection to the Akashic Guide and your own Akashic record. Now, I don't know if these cards are any good, but holy cow, does that not talk about this week? And guess what? No book. I'm loving these cards already. No book. This is awesome. They do have a lot on for wordage and verbiage, but they have no book. What are you doing over there, girl?
Reading a Harry Potter cookbook.
Oh, she's reading a Harry Potter cookbook. Why? Because she's awesome like that. Are you going to come up here and pull some cards today or no?
Sure, can I come up with my cookbook?
You can come up with your cookbook. We love Harry Potter.
We have a whole, our whole safe is covered in Harry Potter stuff.
We will say, I love the Harry Potter movies. Oh my gosh, you made that so bright.
Why is there a remote there then?
So I am a big Harry Potter fan. Okay.
I'm not that much of a Harry Potter fan.
She loves Harry Potter. Don't get her wrong. But she loves the mystical, magical of Harry Potter powers and the whole world of it. Although
I don't like the movies.
She doesn't like the movies. She's tried and she's like, oh my God, it's just too much.
We might be cooking sometime soon.
Yes. We're going to have to introduce her to the world of Luna.
This is cooking.
Yes. We have actually made some of the. We are
making.
Are we going to make? We're going to make the gingerbread castle next year. We can do that. Beautiful. So she's going to read her book or look in her book. I'm going to start pulling some cards. So with 5 cards stud, guys, everybody can show up and play. What it is, as I am going to. Okay. I am going to read the cards one by one. We pick the cards. I'm going to read each card individually and then read them as a whole. Before I even get started, I want you to pick a number 1 through 5. You can pick 1 number, 2 numbers, 4 numbers, all the numbers, whatever you like to do. This is your reading. You can wait until we put all the cards together at the end and take that.
Can I have another sticky note?
Yes, you may.
I need a sticky note.
A sticky note or a bunch of sticky notes? Here's a bunch. Now, what's really interesting about 5 card stud is you can have 6 different issues. Write your issues down. Put a number where I am. That card can show you what that issue can be solved by or some guidance. So card number 1. Okay, again, no book, no anything. Card number 1 is release attachments or release attachments. It says there's something you need to let go of. It's either a limited belief or an untruth or negative behavior. It's holding you back and keeping you from stepping into your true potential and happiness. Now, I only had 6 issues. There you go. Now, what this is telling me, if you pick card number 1, you really are at that point where you're feeling very stuck. You're feeling like, I don't know where to go. I don't know how to go. When you just have that stuck feeling. And that's where you're sitting at. Now, this card is telling you it's time for you to kind of look around your life, kind of take inventory of your life and go, wait a second. What is it that's making me stuck? It's not life itself. It really is you. So it's telling you to look at your life. Is it, something you're doing? Is it something you're being? Is it something you believe in? What is it that you need to kind of change your attitude, change your perspective on, and maybe release out of your life in order to get unstuck and kind of go on? Card number 2 is forgiveness. Withholding forgiveness only hurts you and prolongs the pain. It's time to forgive someone or maybe even yourself so you can stay on the path of your highest potential. This card is quite beautiful when we look at number 2, because when we're looking at this, you really are hurting yourself, okay? Forgiveness really has very little to nothing to do with the other person. This is really about what you're doing to yourself. So if you pick card number 2, look at your life and say, okay, what is it that I am really harboring, that pain, that regret, that frustration, that vendetta for, whatever it is. It's time to go into yourself and find that place where you can well up and just say, you know what, I'm going to let this be what it is. I love it. And put it in the past. Just put it in the past and walk away from it. Know that you've learned your lessons. Know that you've experienced what you needed to experience it, and let it be. Now, letting it go just means it didn't exist. Don't do that. Just put it in a place that says, you know what, for right now, I don't need to hold on to the negative, heavier emotions of that, and find forgiveness.
Can I pull a card?
You can pull a card. Perfect. Detach. Ooh, you're being asked to detach from something that you've been holding on to. When we hold on too tightly to the desired outcome, it restricts the flow. Trust that the outcome will work out and let go of your attachment to it. This is a very hard card. Why? Because if you picked this, you are looking at, oh, that looks really good.
Symbol.
You are really holding on to how you want something to be. You're trying to control something. You are trying to make something happen in every step of the way that you feel it needs to happen. And this card is telling you to stop it. Stop it. Why? Because when you create in your mind how something has to be, you are stopping the flow of the creativity in the best that it can be. You are in some ways even stopping it from happening altogether. Even those people that say, but I planned my whole life step by step and it happened exactly the way I wanted to and how it was. Great. But are you as happy as you could have been? That's what this card is saying. Allow something better to always come in. You want to pick another card? Grab it. Where do you want to go?
There's a tiny sticky notes in there.
Here is.
And these first notes.
Pick a card.
I picked from one of these.
Pick.
Is there 3 more?
2 more.
So can I just grab one from each deck?
You can.
One
I took the
from
deck
this
and split it in half, guys.
Second.
Okay.
First
one. Open up. You're being asked to open your heart to another, to let down your walls and trust what they want, what's best for you. Your life will open up in wonderful ways once you decide to open up. This is a hard card. This is a hard card because it says you are supposed to be learning to trust somebody else. You are literally going, oh my gosh, okay, there is somebody out there that's willing to help me, that's willing to sacrifice for me, willing to do whatever for you. And angels getting their wings. And this is saying for you to open up to the possibility of somebody else knowing better than you or somebody else wanting to assist you. Again, this is a hard card because it does mean that you're giving up your own personal trust and you're giving up your own personal, possibilities. But trust that when somebody else shows up to help, a lot of times the world's going to get a lot more brighter than what you think it already is. Now, the last card that Miss Adeline. I love you. Is consider the options. Consider the options. You've narrowed your focus to one desired outcome, and you might be missing a bigger opportunity. Open up and let the universe send you the highest possible result. Wow, another card that says it's time. It's time. You've got beyond, if you pick this card, you really have gotten beyond the I'm stuck. You've gone through it and you've let go. You've gone through and you figured out what's stopping you. You've allowed people into your life.
This one out so we can maybe cook something.
We sure can. We can. Not me. We. There's we in baking. So this card is literally looking at you to go, wait a second. Open up for more opportunities. Open up for a bigger picture. Don't limit yourself. Card number 1 was release attachments. Card number 2 is forgiveness. Card number 3 was detach. Card number 4 was open up. And card number 5 was consider the options. Now, when I'm looking at all this, these cards really are this week telling you that this is your week to say, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of being in this state. I'm sick and tired of being held back. I'm sick and tired. Just sick and tired.
Can I go?
Yes, you can, baby. Say goodbye.
Bye-bye. Maybe I'll see you next week. Yeah.
Now, this week is all about saying you're sick and tired of being sick and tired about being sick. And you're ready to enter your life. I think this is more about you forgiving yourself, allowing yourself to come to a place where, you know what, there's just forgiveness. I'm giving up the hardness. I'm giving up the negativity. I'm giving up the frustration. And you're ready to just let go it all. You're ready to let go and just say, you know what, I'm ready just to say, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. This is what I want. This is my desired outcome or something better. How it's going to happen, I don't know. And I'm allowing whoever to come in, the universe wants to send to make this happen. And that's what this week is about. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And I'm allowing it to happen. What an amazing week this is going to be for so many of us. So many of us listening and watching. I love these cards. I won't even lie to you. I love these cards. I did not think I was going to, when I looked at the box, I was like, not quite sure. Felt kind of generic, but I will tell you what, these cards pack a punch and they're amazing. Love them, love them, love them. I love it. I still don't know other than Saint Pailing. Saint Pailing. That's all I know. And that's okay. Maybe that's all I was supposed to know. So guys, there we go. There we go in a nutshell. I love these. Where am I going to be this weekend? Well, I had a friend get a hold of me and say, DeEtte, I'm having some issues driving. And I went, okay, what do you need from me? Will you fly to Florida and drive me home? Bet. So this Friday, guys, instead of being at an event, I'm flying to Florida, from Wisconsin to Florida, cold to cold, because we are probably going to be 20 degrees here, and it's only going to be 61 when I land in Florida, but that's okay because they don't have white stuff, and that's fine too. And I'm going to drive my happy butt right back to where I'm at by Sunday, which is fine because I love to drive. We all know I love to drive. So that's what I'm doing this week. Now, next week, we are gearing up for Missouri Paracon. Oh, so excited about Missouri Paracon. Why? Because all my friends, well, not all my Paracon friends, all my paranormal friends are going to be at the Missouri Paracon. I mean, Dave Schrader, Shane Pittman, Russ Acorn, Mariah, Larry Eisler, Brian Cano, Mike Ricksecker, oh my God, John Zaffis, oh my God, Chip Coffey, all of them, everybody is going to be here. It's awesome. And the list really goes endless. Patty Negree. I get to see my Patty again. So excited about everybody. I haven't seen anybody, the pair of peeps since Michigan Paracon. So it's super exciting when we get together, and I love it, love it, love it. So I'm super excited about that. So that is next weekend in Kansas City, Missouri. I will give you more details about that next week. There you go. More details on that. My schedule is open up for readings all over the place. So this month, February and March, feel free to jump in and grab those reading times. Schedule them ahead of time. I am going to be doing have fun in the warmth. Not really warm down there right now, Lee. But it'll be warmer than when we're at. So that's what I'm doing, guys. That's where we're going. The store that I'm creating is running on we are now building shelves, but we have a long ways to go before we are up and ready to go. But we are always constantly, the momentum is going forward, which is super exciting, super awesome, super excited, super happy about it. With that being said, guys, we're going to say thank you so much. I hope you have a fantastic week. Find me on Instagram. Find me on TikTok. It's just DeEtte. You know me, DeEtte Renee or DeEtte72. Find me everywhere. You guys have a beautiful day. I will see you next week here with School Through Spirit with DeEtte on the Edge Network. Have a great week, guys. Bye-bye.
There are psychic mediums, but there is nothing like DeEtte. Let's face it, we all struggle time and again. But if you seek the clarity you deserve, then you need to seek DeEtte. As a master teacher, DeEtte studied under international psychic medium Lisa Williams. Together, they not only help DeEtte better tap into spirit, but also build a long-lasting relationship. So many psychics tell us what we want to hear, and that just won't cut it with DeEtte. She tells you what you need to hear. No sugarcoating here. To book a reading with DeEtte is simple. Just visit her website, DeEtte.us. That's DeEtte.us. And follow the Yellow Brick Road to connect with DeEtte. Don't just sit there and ponder those questions. Ask them and let DeEtte guide you every step of the way. You need insight now, and DeEtte can help. Just visit DeEtte.us. That's DeEtte.us.